When all the young birds have left the nest and the sunflowers begin to fade, nature reminds us that there is a change on the way. Hi everyone, and welcome to my home here at the Red Brick House. I'm just getting ready today to make myself a couple of fall dresses. I'm going to be sewing these dresses using my peasant top pattern that I created back in the spring or early summer, I think it was. And I want to try to hack this pattern and make it into a dress. So right here you can see the top that I'm wearing. It's kind of like a little peplum top. I want to do the dress the same way, only as you can see here there's not a lot of gathering. So I'm going to make this part a little bit wider. I don't really have a video on how I made this shirt, except that it was just an extra variety on this pattern that I had made. But I'm going to be making this today, but like I said, I'm going to make it into a dress. And I'm really excited. So let me show you the fabrics that I'm going to be using. So I have this beautiful gingham fabric. Now, red gingham kind of screams summer to me. However, red is a fall color, and I live here in Texas where it's pretty warm all the way up until December. And so this is a very lightweight fabric, and I'm not one to really care too much about what other people think about the things that I choose to wear. So I'm gonna rock this into the fall season. Now, I may not wear it, through the winter time because, like I said, it's pretty thin fabric, but I think it'll be fine for the fall season. And then I have this other golden, beautiful floral print. I think it looks very much fall. And both of these dresses are going to be a little bit different in style. I plan on just changing them up a little bit with just maybe some different accents. I might put a ruffle on the gingham one at the bottom of the skirt. I'm not sure yet, so stay tuned and we'll see what happens. I like to let my projects kind of evolve as I make them sometimes. Sometimes I'll have an idea in my head, and then when I get into the project I might have another idea, or maybe my first idea didn't work and I need to troubleshoot and do something different. And so oftentimes my projects tend to develop themselves, and I like that. I like that process. I think it's fun. So join me at my table and we'll get started. Actually, join me at my bed because I don't have a table to cut out my fabrics. I use my bed because it's a pretty high bed and I don't have to like bend down on the floor because I'm just getting too old to do that and it's not good for my back. So join me at my bed here and I will cut out my fabric. And I think I'm going to sew these dresses at the same time to make it a little bit faster, and hopefully I can get them done today. That is my goal for the rest of the afternoon. Right now it's about 12 o'clock p.m. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get these done if I work really hard. So let's get started making these dresses. After cutting out my bodice pieces, I take some measurements for the skirt. Okay, for this red dress, I want to add a ruffle onto the skirt. So I think this will be a good width for my ruffle. and that means I'm going to have to shorten this. So I'm just going to take the length of this and subtract it from my skirt panel that I made with the yellow fabric here. Now we will start sewing up the top. Okay, to finish off the neckline, I'm going to gather it along here, and then I'm going to cover it with a bias tape. Now, I have this beautiful green, and I think it goes really well with this fabric. It almost makes these look like they're green, which I think they're black, but it almost, at a distance, makes these look like it's intentional, like they're green. I also have a cream that I could use as well that would also look good. I do not like to make bias tape, or I would make it in this fabric. I think bias tape, to make it yourself, you need a lot of fabric, and it ends up being, I don't know, I feel like it's wasteful. I feel like you have to cut through the middle of your fabric. I don't know. That's a whole tangent. But I don't like making my own bias tape, although I do think it looks nice when your bias, your trim matches your shirt. But I'm not going to do it that way today. I'm really leaning toward the green. I think it's really pretty. Once I get the skirt on down here, I'm going to tack on a little green bow here in the middle. And I think that will look really cute. In the past, I've put bows on the sleeves. That would look cute too. Also, I could do bias tape around the bottom. Like once I get it sewn together, I could just top stitch this along the edge and have that go across the waist. Under the bust, and then have a bow on it. There's so many different options, but I think for this little dress, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use the green. Typically, I try to play it safe and I match a color to it. I could not find this exact gold color, or I probably would have done that. But if I'm going to have a contrast color, I might as well go all out, right? That's how I'm feeling today. It's a bold day today. I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to do the green. Okay, the gathering's done on the neckline. I also have it done on the skirt. And I have my hem already pressed for the bottom of the skirt. It just needs to be sewn down. So it's all looking good. I haven't even really started on the red one yet, but that's okay. It's about 2:45, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to take a break because I need to pick me up. So I'm going to have some coffee. I'm going to sit down and relax for a few minutes, and then I'm going to definitely finish this dress before dinner time. I don't know about the red one, but that's okay. We'll get done. But first, time for coffee. Okay, the neckline is done. When all else fails, iron the thing. Let me tell you, ironing works wonders. It was very ripply and I was really worried about how it looked, but it actually turned out okay after I ironed it. Could it be better? Yes, of course it could, but I'm okay with it. So now I'm going to attach the skirt, and this dress is almost done. Okay, I don't know how I managed to make a straight jacket, but it looks terrible. I don't know what happened. It's like maybe I lost weight, but my other shirt fits okay. It just needs to come in right here, but it's like the top is too big and this is too small. So, if I could bring it in like that, it wouldn't look so bad. So I think I'm just gonna add some elastic around here to the back of the fabric. I'm not even gonna make a casing. I'm just gonna sew it on to try to save this and to not lose like a whole day's worth of work. But that's the situation. So am I gonna finish these two dresses today? Absolutely not. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish this one. I'm quite frustrated at the moment. But if I can bring that in, it won't look as bad. And then I'll still be able to move around with the elastic. So that's my plan. Putting the elastic around the upper waist helped out a lot. Now it looks a little bit more like a dress instead of a nightgown. Okay friends, today is the next day and I've been working on sewing this top piece together, and then this is my skirt piece, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to put this one together so that it doesn't end up like the gold dress and be like, I don't know, just like too big and doesn't look right. So instead of gathering this up, I'm going to cut it so that it is the same width as my bodice. So it's just gonna match. So I'm gonna do it like that. And I'm not gonna take any width off at the bottom, just up here at the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of taper it up so that it matches up here. So there's two pieces here, one for the front, one for the back. And I'm going to sew one piece to the front and one piece to the back. I have not done the side seams yet. They're open here. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm gonna attempt, I've been thinking, like I said, about how I can fix this situation, and I think I'm gonna try to shirr it in the middle. Shirr, shear, however you wanna say it. I haven't done that before, so this is gonna be a little experimental. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I have marked in 1/4 inch segments here on my fabric. Looking at the gold dress that I'm actually wearing today, I think instead of having rows up here, I think I'm going to start right on this line, or I might start there. I think I'm going to start with that one and then make my way down here. And I just want a section about maybe 2 inches, 2.5 inches maybe. And so here we go. Here goes nothing. I have no idea. I should really try this on scrap fabric, so don't be like me. But I'm anxious to do it, so I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. Let me go slow. Okay. Okay, it feels just like normal sewing. I don't know if anything is happening. It doesn't feel like anything is happening. Is anything happening? Maybe I was supposed to stretch the thread on the bobbin so it had more tension. Well, I have pretty big stitches. It'll be easy to take out if I need to take it out. And I'm just going to go straight across here. I'm going to speed it up and we'll see. Yeah, because see, look at how wiggly and wobbly it is. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. Okay, so I'm going to take this out and try again. Okay, take 2. I have wound the bobbin tighter, and I also shortened my stitch length because those stitches were pretty big. So we'll see how this one goes. Okay, it is still not doing anything. Okay, I've got to be doing something wrong. Okay, I think I got it now. This is a little scrap. I just didn't have the elastic tucked into my bobbin tension in here. So I just had to make sure that it was in there really good so it was pulling tension on the bobbin rather than not. So that might just be my machine. There's even a little diagram right here, and right down in there you can see I had to take the little door off, but you can kind of see the metal workings in here. And so I really got it like way down in there, and then I noticed it was harder to pull. So now it's given me this effect that I want. So let's try it out. Okay. Woo, fingers crossed. Here we go. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. There we go. It's my usual speed. I want to make sure I keep my lines really straight, so. Okay, let's see. Yay, it's working. It's doing something. Okay. Hooray. Let's keep going. I love the sheared look of the waist. Don't look too closely. My lines are quite wobbly, but from a distance, I think it looks fine. Okay, now that the shirring is all finished, now I'm going to work on the ruffle. So I'm just going to gather it up and attach it to the front and the back of this dress. Oh, this fabric is a dream to gather because it's so thin. I'm not used to it being this easy to just slide the fabric over. Now that it's all done, I think this may just be my most favorite garment that I have ever made. With every stitch, I am building my skills in my sewing journey. What is your favorite thing that you have made, be it sewing or otherwise? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has given you some ideas on how to hack your own patterns and make something new with an existing pattern. Or change up something. If it's too big for you, elastic works wonders. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.